Silent Descent. It was a quiet night in the small town of Millfield. The moon was full, casting an eerie glow on the deserted streets. Jenna, a young woman in her mid-20s, was walking home from work when she suddenly felt a sharp pain in her throat. She coughed and gasped for air, but no sound came out. Panic set in as she realized she had lost the ability to speak. With tears in her eyes, Jenna tried to scream for help, but all that came out was a hoarse whisper. She stumbled down the street, desperately searching for someone to help her. As she walked, she noticed something strange happening around her. The streetlights flickered and the shadows seemed to move on their own. Jenna's heart raced as she realized the town had fallen silent. No birds chirping, no dogs barking, not even the sound of crickets. It was as if the world had suddenly stopped. Terrified and alone, Jenna tried to run, but her legs felt heavy and her body weak. She stumbled upon an old abandoned house and scrambled inside. As she wandered through the dark halls, she heard whispers echoing from the walls. The whispers grew louder, and Jenna realized they were speaking her name. She tried to scream, but her voice failed her. The whispers grew louder and closer until she felt something cold wrap around her neck. In the dim light, Jenna could see a thin, ghostly hand holding a noose around her neck. She tried to run, but the spirit held her in place, tightening its grip around her throat. Jenna fell to the ground, gasping for air as she felt her life slipping away. The ghostly figure leaned in close to her ear and whispered, "Silence is your curse. It's time to take your final breath." Jenna's eyes rolled back as she lost consciousness. The next morning, Jenna's body was discovered in the old abandoned house. The cause of death was ruled as asphyxiation, but the locals whispered about the curse of the silent ghost that haunted the town. Some say that if you listen closely, you can still hear Jenna's hoarse whisper in the dark of the night. From that day on, the town of Millfield fell silent. No one dared to speak of the curse, for fear of awakening the ghostly spirit. The only sound that could be heard was the wind moaning through the empty streets.